person's aura can significantly attract a woman by projecting qualities like confidence, emotional stability, authenticity, and a strong sense of self. These create a magnetic presence that goes beyond mere physical appearance. Before we dive in, do me a quick favor. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and share with someone who needs to hear this message. Let's get started. Women often respond subconsciously to this energy, feeling drawn to men who communicate self-assurance, purpose, and mastery of their emotions. The science behind aura and attraction. A man's aura is essentially the energy and presence he brings to social interactions. This includes nonverbal cues such as body language, posture, eye contact, and even vocal tone. Psychological research highlights that confidence, positivity, and controlled emotional expression all contribute to a compelling aura that attracts women. For many women, a strong aura makes them feel safe, valued, and inspired, driving authentic attraction. Key qualities of an attractive aura. 1. Confidence. Confidence is a central aspect of psychological well-being and personal achievement. At its core, confidence refers to an individual's trust in their abilities, judgment, and capacity to face life's challenges and succeed. This belief extends beyond simple optimism. It is anchored in self-trust and a healthy attitude toward oneself, allowing people to set realistic goals, act assertively, and remain resilient in the face of adversity. What is confidence? Confidence is a state of mind characterized by self-assurance and trust in one's skills and decisions. It's not about believing one is perfect or superior, but rather accepting both strengths and weaknesses while having faith in personal competence. Psychologists highlight that self-confidence is a situational phenomenon. Someone can be highly confident in their professional life, but less so in personal or social domains. This variability is natural and often stems from past experiences, feedback from others, and one's perception of success or failure. Key psychological components. Several psychological theories explore how confidence develops. Self-efficacy. Albert Bandura's social cognitive theory emphasizes self-efficacy, the belief in one's ability to accomplish specific tasks, as a driver of confidence. High self-efficacy leads to perseverance, viewing setbacks as opportunities for learning. Self-esteem. Confidence is closely related to self-esteem, the emotional evaluation of one's worth. People with positive self-esteem tend to approach challenges with optimism and resilience. Self-concept. Carl Rogers' self-concept theory suggests that confidence is intertwined with one's beliefs and perceptions about themselves, which are shaped through experience and feedback. Beyond these, personality traits like optimism and emotional stability, as well as support systems such as family and friends, also reinforce confidence. How confidence influences behavior. Confidence influences every aspect of life, from performance at work to relationships. Confident individuals are more likely to set higher goals, embrace challenges, and communicate assertively. They show resilience after failures, often attributing setbacks to lack of effort rather than a lack of ability. Their positive mindset also contributes to better stress management and greater overall well-being. On the other hand, low confidence may manifest as self-doubt, passivity, and avoidance of risk. Such individuals might struggle to trust themselves, become overly sensitive to criticism, and find it difficult to express needs directly. This can limit personal growth, affect relationships, and even lead to poor mental health. Building and sustaining confidence. Building confidence is an ongoing process rather than a fixed trait. Strategies for increasing self-confidence include recognizing and celebrating strengths and progress, responding to setbacks with compassion and logical reflection, setting realistic goals and expectations, challenging negative assumptions and past failures, communicating assertively, practicing saying no to unreasonable demands, cultivating positive support. Networks. Professional counseling may also help, especially for those who have consistently struggled with self-confidence due to past experiences or critical environments. Ultimately, confidence empowers individuals to handle life's challenges with resilience and hope, unlocking opportunities for personal and professional success while enhancing their sense of control and well-being. 2. Authenticity. Authenticity is the quality of being true to one's own personality, values, and spirit, regardless of external pressures or expectations. It involves living and acting in alignment with one's true self rather than conforming to what others expect or what society dictates. In psychology, authenticity is seen as an essential part of well-being and personal growth, embodying congruence between internal beliefs and external behaviors. Core aspects of authenticity. At its essence, authenticity means knowing who you truly are, including your strengths, weaknesses, values, and motivations, and behaving consistently with this self-knowledge. It is a dynamic process rather than a fixed trait, involving continuous self-reflection and evolution over time as one navigates different life stages and experiences. Philosophers such as Jean-Paul Sartre and Søren Kierkegaard argued authenticity is about freedom and self-determination, making conscious choices that express one's genuine identity despite social or cultural pressures to conform. Modern psychology echoes this, suggesting authenticity is a feeling that one's actions align with one's true self, which generates a sense of fluency and well-being. Psychological significance. Authenticity is linked to higher self-esteem, greater life satisfaction, and improved mental health. Being authentic fosters trust in relationships because people perceive authentic individuals as genuine and reliable. Conversely, when people act inauthentically or suppress their true selves to please others, it can lead to stress, dissatisfaction, and a fragmented sense of identity. A key psychological dimension is congruence, the match between a person's internal states, values, feelings, and external behaviors. Authentic people consistently express their true feelings and values, creating harmony between their inner and outer worlds, which nurtures integrity and a stable sense of self. Living authentically. Living authentically requires self-awareness, courage, and honesty with oneself. It involves regular self-reflection to understand personal values and desires, accepting one's vulnerabilities and imperfections, making choices aligned with one's true priorities, not just societal expectations, expressing feelings honestly and respectfully in interactions with others. Authenticity is viewed as an ongoing journey of becoming, rather than a destination. As people continually redefine and embrace their evolving identities throughout life. In summary, authenticity is about honoring the true self by living in alignment with one's values and beliefs, embracing freedom of choice, and cultivating congruence between internal experience and outward expression. It is foundational to psychological health, meaningful relationships, and a fulfilling life. 3. Emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, EI, also known as emotional quotient, EQ, is the ability to perceive, understand, manage, and use emotions effectively in oneself and others. It plays a crucial role in how people navigate social interactions, make decisions, and handle stress, profoundly affecting mental health, relationships, and professional success. Key components of emotional intelligence. Psychologist Daniel Goleman popularized EI with a model comprising 5 main components. Self-awareness. This is the foundational element of EI. It involves recognizing and understanding one's own emotions and how they influence thoughts and behaviors. People with high self-awareness can accurately label their feelings and recognize how emotions shape their responses in different situations. This awareness helps in making better decisions and improving self-confidence. Self-regulation. After recognizing emotions, self-regulation refers to managing and controlling these emotions appropriately. It means resisting impulsive reactions, staying calm under pressure, and adapting to changing situations. Good self-regulation leads to better stress management and emotional balance, enabling more thoughtful and constructive responses in challenging moments. Motivation. Motivation within EI goes beyond external rewards. It is an inner drive that leads people toward personal goals with persistence and optimism. High EI individuals stay committed even in the face of obstacles because they find intrinsic value and meaning in their pursuits. Empathy. A critical social skill, empathy is the ability to recognize and understand the emotions of others. It allows people to connect on a deeper level by accurately reading emotional cues, such as facial expressions or tone of voice, and responding with compassion. Empathy fosters stronger relationships and helps in conflict resolution and teamwork. Social skills. This encompasses effective communication, conflict management, leadership, and the ability to inspire and influence others positively. High EI individuals use their social skills to build rapport, collaborate well, and navigate professional and personal relationships smoothly. Importance of emotional intelligence. Unlike IQ, which measures cognitive abilities, emotional intelligence governs how well one manages emotions and social connections. Research shows that EI often predicts success in work and life better than academic intelligence. It improves decision-making, promotes mental well-being, and enhances leadership effectiveness. Developing emotional intelligence can be done through intentional practice, such as mindfulness to boost self-awareness, techniques like breathing exercises for self-regulation, active listening to improve empathy, and social engagement to refine interpersonal skills. Summary emotional intelligence is a set of interrelated abilities, enabling individuals to perceive, understand, control, and effectively express emotions in themselves and others. Its five core components, self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills, work together to enhance personal well-being and social effectiveness. Cultivating EI is essential for thriving in both personal relationships and professional environments. 4. Self-control. Self-control is the psychological ability to regulate and manage one's emotions, thoughts, and behaviors, especially in the face of temptations and impulses that might hinder long-term goals. It is a fundamental executive function that allows individuals to delay immediate gratification and choose actions aligned with their higher priorities, rather than succumbing to short-term desires. Definition and importance. Self-control can be understood as the capacity to restrain one's impulses and emotional responses, and to modulate actions in pursuit of valued outcomes. It enables people to avoid behaviors that might offer instant pleasure, but cause harm or conflict with deeper objectives, such as staying healthy, maintaining relationships, or achieving success. Psychologically, self-control involves effortful inhibition of urges that conflict with personal standards or goals. Longitudinal research has linked strong self-control to better academic achievement, stable relationships, healthy lifestyles, and lower incidences of crime and addiction. Conversely, poor self-control is associated with impulsivity, risk-taking, and engaging in socially or personally detrimental behaviors. Components and mechanisms. Self-control consists of two key elements. Inhibitory control, the ability to suppress unwanted impulses or urges. Initiatory control, the capacity to start and persist in behaviors that promote desired goals, even when they are difficult or not immediately gratifying. The brain's prefrontal cortex plays a critical role in self-control by guiding decision-making, suppressing impulsive actions from more primitive brain regions, and maintaining focus on long-term goals. Self-control is often conceptualized as a limited resource, similar to a muscle that can become fatigued after exertion, but can also be strengthened through practice over time. Strategies to enhance self-control: avoidance of temptation, structuring the environment to reduce exposure to triggers, e.g., not keeping unhealthy snacks at home, limits the need for constant self-control, mindfulness and awareness. Recognizing emotional states and urges without immediately reacting gives space for conscious choice and reduces impulsive decisions. Delayed gratification. Practicing postponement of pleasure strengthens ability to prioritize long-term rewards, as demonstrated famously in the marshmallow test experiments. Goal setting and monitoring. Establishing clear personal standards and regularly tracking progress helps maintain commitment to goals and motivates self-regulation efforts. Physical and mental health. Maintaining sufficient glucose levels and managing stress optimize cognitive resources needed for self-control. Broader implications: self-control is a cornerstone of adaptive and socially cooperative behavior. It allows humans to regulate desires for immediate pleasure in favor of socially beneficial long-term goals. Deficits in self-control are implicated in many psychological disorders, addiction, criminal behavior, and interpersonal difficulties. In sum, self-control is an essential human skill that involves monitoring and managing impulses and behaviors to align with personal values and goals. It requires effort but can be improved and strengthened with intentional practice. Through enhanced self-control, individuals achieve greater life satisfaction, health, and harmonious relationships. 5. Presence. Presence, especially psychological presence, is a deeply important concept that refers to the state of being fully aware and engaged with the current moment and environment, both internally and externally. It implies not just physical attendance, but an embodied attentiveness that allows an individual to connect with themselves, others, and their surroundings in a meaningful, authentic way. Understanding. Presence. Presence can be described as a conscious awareness of what is happening around and within us at any given moment, without distraction or mental wandering. It encompasses being completely in the now, which means experiencing situations with one's full sensory, emotional, and cognitive capacities. This presence enhances perception, decision-making, and interaction by grounding a person in the immediate reality rather than being caught up in past regrets or future anxieties. Psychological presence is considered a rare and increasingly valuable quality in modern life, where multitasking and digital distractions dominate. Being present improves focus, emotional regulation, and interpersonal connection, adding depth and authenticity to experiences. Components of presence. Research, especially in therapeutic settings, highlights several domains of presence that combine physical, emotional, cognitive, and spiritual engagement. Preparation for presence. This involves mental readiness, clearing distracting thoughts and personal concerns to be available and open. It is about intentionally creating a mental and emotional space to fully engage with the moment or another person. Receptive process. Presence requires attentiveness and openness to sensory input and emotional subtleties. In therapy, this includes being attuned to the client's expressions beyond words, such as body language, tone, and energy. Authentic engagement. Presence demands authenticity and congruence, being genuine and transparent while immersed in the interaction. This fosters trust and connection, allowing real communication rather than superficial exchanges. Embodied experience. Presence is grounded in the body. It is an integrated state where sensory awareness, emotions, and thoughts coexist harmoniously. Being physically and emotionally grounded enables greater receptivity and responsiveness to the present moment. Psychological and social importance. Presence is vital for meaningful relationships and effective communication. When people are truly present, they listen deeply, respond empathetically, and effectively convey their own feelings and thoughts. This presence facilitates mutual understanding and trust, making interactions more satisfying and productive. In the workplace, psychological presence enables employees to contribute authentically, innovate, and connect with their roles on a deeper level. It reduces alienation and fosters engagement. Presence contrasts with dissociation or mechanical behavior, where individuals might be physically present but mentally absent, reducing performance and satisfaction. Cultivating presence. Presence requires deliberate practice and conditions that support mindfulness and engagement. Mindfulness practices, meditation, and mindful breathing enhance the ability to remain centered and attentive, reducing automatic, distracted responses. Reducing distractions, limiting multitasking and technology interruptions helps maintain focus on the current task or interaction. Self-reflection. Cultivating awareness of one's emotional reactions and thoughts fosters an open, non-judgmental stance toward the present. Physical grounding. Activities that connect body and mind, like yoga or gentle movement, help sustain embodied presence. Presence as a relationship dynamic. In humanistic psychology, presence is seen as an essential therapeutic tool, embodying respect, empathy, and full engagement with another person. It transforms interactions from mere information exchange to genuine human connection, sometimes described as the I-thou relationship, where each individual fully acknowledges the other as a unique being. Summary. Presence is a multidimensional psychological state involving full awareness and engagement with the present moment, both internally and externally. It includes mental readiness, authentic engagement, sensory attunement, and embodied experience. Presence is crucial for deep relationships, effective communication, personal well-being, and optimal performance at work. Though increasingly rare in modern society, presence can be cultivated through mindfulness, reflection, and grounding practices, enriching life and connection at every level. Thanks for watching till the end. Please make sure that you subscribe this channel not to miss the next Stoic episodes.